What's going on, horror lovers? HorrorWithHoss coming to you with another video. And this one, I've got a wild one for you today. This is another one of my random reviews. And the movie I'm going to be talking to you about today is the movie Born. This is from 2007, directed by Richard Freeman. It's approximately 1 hour and 47 minutes long. Kind of a long movie, but it is crazy. It opens with Kane Hodder's character, who he calls himself Asmodeus. He's going to see a doctor, a psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel, played by Joan Severance. And he walks in, hands her a gun, and then proceeds to tell her who he is and tell her about himself, as far as, like, he says that he's made a deal with the devil, and that he's going to explain to her what the deal is, and I don't know why he's confessing all this to her necessarily, but she doesn't believe him at first. But as he goes along with his story telling this, she starts to think there might be a little bit something more to it. He says that at this funeral, they were at the funeral of his mother that passed away, and he says that he's the brother to Mary Elizabeth, the character you meet, played by Alison Brie. So she's there with her other sister, Catherine, played by Denise Crosby, whom you probably know from Pet Sematary. And then their father is Albert Martino, who is played by James T. Callahan, who I remember from the TV show Charles in Charge. They're at this funeral, they're at the graveyard, and Mary Elizabeth walks off by herself, and basically it appears that she faints, and then something happens. It's like the ground's moving, and she's right near this tree, and there's just some weird stuff's happening. Her family wakes her up out of this, I guess where she had passed out, take her home to rest overnight. The next day when she wakes up, she's showing as if she's pregnant, not knowing how this could have happened or what's going on. She's freaked out. Her sister Catherine comes in, and I forgot to mention, but she's kind of an overly religious person, so she immediately gets mad at Mary Elizabeth and accuses her of being basically a sinful person, and she proceeds to take her in the bathroom to this tub, and she has run water in the tub. She runs water in the tub and tries to drown her, which is crazy enough. The father, of course, comes in. He stops her from doing that. She tells him what's happened, and he is a former doctor, a retired doctor, so he checks her out and sees that she's still a virgin, that she's not actually been with someone, but yet she is indeed pregnant. The overly religious daughter thinks this is a miracle from God, and that this is like a possible birthing of another child of God, I guess, like almost like another Jesus, I guess is the way she's looking at it. There's something a little bit more sinister going on, as you find out in this movie, as this fetus starts to grow and start actually possessing Mary Elizabeth. I have to say, the first time that this happens, it's kind of a little funny and off-putting, because Alison Brie goes in on this, man. Like, she starts talking in this kind of like a voice, like, "Baby's hungry, mommy," and she'll just like say stuff like that, which is your cue that she's being possessed. But this baby's not hungry for regular food. This baby wants blood. So usually every time that she gets possessed, it ends up in someone getting killed, and she eats a part of that person or drinks blood from them, whatever, and that's how she's feeding this fetus that's inside her. One of the people she's going to kill, she goes, "Hello, friend," and then she proceeds to kill them. So that part's a little comical to me, and I don't know if it was meant to be, but if you watch this, you'll see what I'm talking about. She has a friend that lives with them as well. Her name's Jennifer, and she actually operates a like a 900 number fetish line, where she basically people that call in, she tells them, "You're my bitch," and basically degrades them and stuff like that. But her friend is trying to help her through this process, again, not understanding how she could be pregnant with being a virgin. But yeah, so they have some different interactions throughout the movie, and it just gets more batshit crazy the further this movie goes along. You're going to see certain things, as Mary Elizabeth eating a crow, and like totally swallowing a crow. She basically is banging this guy at one point, and the fetus bites a certain appendage off of this guy, and he ends up bleeding out, of course, because of that. And like I said, every time she's killing these people, she's using that kind of childish baby voice, whatever you want to call it, and it's just it's crazy. Like I was just laughing and just trying to get over how crazy this movie is. Interspersed in all this action that's happening, you see Kane Hodder's character Asmodeus talking with this psychiatrist. She eventually, at one point, tries to shoot him because he's acting very threateningly towards her. Of course, it doesn't do anything to him because he told her, "You can't fucking kill the demon." He's just telling the story about all this stuff that happened, and Mary Elizabeth has to kill 6 people, has to get 6 people to perform this ritual that they've got to do in order for his deal with the devil to be complete, and which you eventually get to see towards the end of the movie. So that's really all I'm going to leave it at. But this movie is a wild good time. If you can find it or stream it somewhere, I think you'll enjoy it. It is a bit on the long side, like I said, almost 2 hours, but it's crazy. Now, if you're looking for a well put together story, you're not going to find that here. This kind of goes all over the place. Like I said, jumping back and forth, but it is a fun time, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, hope y'all like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. If you really like this video, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Click the notification bell. That way you'll know every time I upload a new video. All of you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.